Hello and welcome. My name is Holly and welcome to this morning wake up yoga flow. So for this practice we'll need a yoga mat or a blanket or surface that you can simply just have a bit of space and a block. If you don't have a block to hand, you could use a stack of books, something nice and sturdy. And we'll begin seated. So I'm going to use my block to perch myself on. You might want a blanket or something that you can sit on, and it just helps to elevate your spine slightly. So when you're ready, coming to a cross-legged position or however's comfortable for you. So if it requires you to stretch one leg out, that's absolutely fine. So we'll just try and get nice and settled here. Spread the hips down. Maybe you can even try and just really settle your seat bones down onto that block or that surface beneath you. I'm just swaying my hips a little from side to side to get rooted down. And then we will take a couple of shoulder rolls. So if you are practicing this in the morning, then maybe you do feel a little bit stiff, a little bit tight. So ease in nice and slowly. And then when you're ready, let your hands settle down to the knees or maybe to the thighs. And if you can close the eyes, or if you feel more comfortable just settling the gaze, let's just arrive now in our practice on our mat, ready to start. So we'll just check in for a moment. Notice how you're feeling. Notice how the body feels. Notice how you're feeling mentally as well. And let's use this time to just observe. Not trying to fix or change, but just observing, noticing it. And we'll begin taking a few rounds of breath together. So begin taking a big breath in and really let your belly expand. Big belly breath in. And then exhaling slowly. Try to fully expel all the air. We create space to allow for another big inhale in. And then a slow exhale, fully expelling all the air. Take a couple more rounds in your own time, just using this amazing tool that we have, our breath, to simply shift our mood, and just the way that we're feeling can be really changed by taking a few deep breaths. Good, and then when you're ready, just taking your hands to prayer at your heart center. And for this short practice today, perhaps you could just set an intention. So something that you perhaps can use as your guide. Maybe you'll use it just on your mat, or maybe it'll be something you take with you throughout the rest of today. For me, I like to use an example as today I wish to practice with more patience or with more compassion. So take a minute, just work out what it is that you want to set for your intention today. Breathing in and breathing out. Good. When you're ready, we're going to inhale, reach the prayer up to the sky, wake up, stretch, lift up tall. Maybe the eyes begin to flicker open. And then as you exhale, draw the palms back down the center line of the body. Let's do that again. We inhale, reach that prayer up to the sky, lifting, looking up. And then hands to your heart, nice and slowly, chin to chest. From here, we're going to open the arms nice and wide, like wings. And then as we exhale, take a nice big hug where we wrap the arms around, dropping the chin to chest. Let's do that again. We inhale, open the arms wide, and then alternate, if you can remember, the opposite arm over top, taking that hug, chin to chest. Let's do one more to each side. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Give yourself a big hug. Again, inhale. Opposite arm over the top. Exhale. Squeeze through the shoulder blades. And then opening up. Nice and wide. Good. We're going to drop the left palm and then inhale, reach that right hand to the sky. Try and soften the left elbow so it allows your shoulder to draw away from the ear. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, let's windmill that right palm down, left hand to the sky. Inhale, stretch out through the fingertips. Soften that right elbow as you side stretch there. Good. Take a breath in. And then exhale all the way back to center. Let's take a couple of shoulder rolls. Spiral through the arms. Feel that rotation through the shoulders. Really nice to get that external rotation in, especially as we spend a lot of time hunching. So try and get a bit of external work into those shoulders. Good. Shake it all out. When you're ready, we're going to remove the block and just start to make our way onto all fours, nice and slow. Bring the hands beneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, and let's just take a wiggle into the hips. If you need extra padding under the knees, you might find that it's quite uncomfortable on your knees if you are on a hard surface, so pop a couple of blankets under the knees if need be. And a bit of a click there in my hip, so yeah, pop out all the joints, don't pop them out, but just move around the joints. You might feel a few sort of creaks in the sounds and pops, which is just getting a bit of air into the joints there. Good, and then let the feet relax. Let's take a round of cat-cow. So as we inhale, we lengthen the heart forwards, the tailbone lifts and the gaze lifts as you stretch through the abdominal muscles. Then we exhale, try and lead from the tailbone, so you round through the whole spine and the chin draws into the chest, nice and slow. Let's do that again as we inhale, lift the heart, lift the chest, lift the gaze, and then exhale round. And you may even feel a little bit of a squeeze of all those internal organs there as you squeeze the belly. One more time, inhale, lift the heart, try and soften your jaw. And then exhale to round, curling round, lifting through that mid and upper back. And then press your seat to your heels if that's okay to do so. We're going to slide the fingertips behind us. Fingertips can point away if that feels comfortable. Roll the shoulder blades back. And then inhale, if you can, lightly lift the buttocks off the heels. Strong through the glutes, breathe in. And then exhale, settle your seat back down. We're going to glide our way up onto our shins as we inhale, lift up. And then exhale, take a twist to your right. So try and, if you can, keep the hips square to the front, but open your elbows nice and wide. Open your palms, open wide. I've said that enough times. Inhale, come back to center. And then arriving back into your seat. Inhale, let's glide our way back up. Pressing down through the shins, and then exhale, open to your left. Open nice and wide. Try and draw that left hip bone forwards. Coming back to center, and then lower back to your seat. Good. Let's do that one more to each side. So we inhale, rise up. Press the hips forwards, strong through your glutes as you exhale to twist. Inhale to center. Back to your seat. Exhale. One more time. Inhale, rise up. Strong through the glutes. Press the hips forwards. Exhale to twist. Breathe into center and then lower to your seat, chin to chest. We're going to sweep the hands behind. We're going to inhale, press the hips forwards. Engage through those glutes a little bit. Breathe in. And breathe out to lower, nice and slow. If you can, keep your right hand where it is, just behind you. And then just start to sweep your left hand over your head and let your hips lift off the ground. We'll move that to the other side. So we'll sweep the left hand down, the right hand up over your head as you sweep your hips off the buttocks. Your hips off the... I can't get my words out. Sweep the buttocks off the heels. Let's move over to the right. So left hand to the sky. And then exhale to lower. One more, nice and slow. Think of you really opening out through that side waist. And then lower to the ground. Really nice. We're going to inhale, float up to the sky. If you can now, strong glutes, strong core. Try not to put your hands down. See if you can step your right foot forwards. Press down through the toes and then open your arms out like cactus shape arms. So you've got this bend in the elbows. We're going to rise up on the front tiptoe and drop the heel. Raise up through the tiptoes and then lift up through the heel. Just alternate a couple of times working and playing to warm up through the ball of that foot. Couple more times. Good. And then let your arms extend back. You're not taking a bind or anything. You're just reaching those arms back. Fingertips spread nice and wide and lifting up right onto the tip of those right toes there. Take a nice breath in. And then we're going to exhale, windmill left hand down, reach the right hand to the sky as we twist. So twisting towards that bent right knee, and you can ground through the right foot now fully. Inhale, radiate the heart to the sky. And then exhale, open that right shoulder back and down. Good. Option here is to now draw the left heel to buttocks, and maybe you take a hold of the foot. Let's just take one breath in and release. Exhale, nice and slow. From there, we rise up to that low crescent lunge. And then if you can, strong core, strong glutes, send that right knee back and then come back to sit. Good. Inhale, rise up, strong core, strong glutes. Let's come to the other side as we slowly glide left foot forwards. Breathe in, lift through the chest. Good. And then exhale, open those elbows like cactus shape arms. Rising up onto the top of your left toes now, so that heel comes up. And then we rock our weight back and forwards, rolling across the ball of the foot, the heel of the foot. Nice to give your foot a bit of a massage here, by rolling across the ball of the foot. Couple more times, breathing as you do so. And exhale, good. Taking those arms out a little bit wider if you can behind. Spreading out through the fingertips. Take a breath in. And then as you exhale, we windmill that right palm to the ground. Ground the left foot and reach that left arm high. We've come to our twist. Press the tummy towards that bent knee. Breathe in. Draw that top shoulder back and behind. Exhale. Then you have an option here if you wish to draw the back heel to buttocks and maybe take a hold of the foot. Radiate the heart to the sky and breathe in. Breathe out, releasing that foot behind. When you're ready, inhale, rise up to that low lunge. Nice and strong through the glutes, the core. Glide your left leg back. And then exhale, come to sit. Perfect. Let's start to add on now. So we inhale, rise up onto our shins. We exhale, take our hands to our lower back. Maybe you just hold your back for support and that's enough. Or maybe you now gently draw the thigh bones forwards, lift up through the core. So really almost zip up through that front body and then roll the heart to the sky into our camel pose. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Breathe into that upper chest and breathe out. Good. Hug the tummy in, draw the palms around the waist and then come to lower to the mat. Good. Give your lower back a little wiggle and then roll your hands to the top end of your mat. Coming to tuck the toes under, and we'll make our way to our first downward facing dog pose. Good. Give the legs a little bit of a walk out, spread through the fingertips, and then come to stillness. If you can, soften the knees. Maybe you take the hands a little wider, you have a bend in the elbows, whatever works for you to get comfortable. Take a nice deep breath in and a breath out. Good. One more deep breath in and a slow breath out. Let's start to tiptoe our feet all the way to the top end of our mat. Feet hip distance apart, and then glide your hands to your shins as you inhale to this halfway lift, lightly lifting your chest. And then we exhale, fold as we melt over our thighs. So have a bend in the knees to allow your spine to fully roll over the thighs there. And then we'll just start to now slowly take our way up to standing. So hug the tummy in and then stack your spine bone by bone. So letting your head come up very, very last and making your way up to standing. Roll out the shoulders. Notice how you feel. Good. And then plug down through the toes. We'll take a few rounds of sun salutations, a lovely way to awaken you this morning. So hands to your heart. When you're ready, we inhale, reach the prayer to the sky, look up. And then as you exhale, fold, coming to that halfway, that forward fold rather, chin can come to the chest. Maybe the hands come to the shins, maybe use a block, maybe you touch the ground, and you inhale, press the heart forwards. As you exhale, take the hands to the ground, stepping back into your plank pose. So maybe this is too much in plank and you can drop the knees if need be. Otherwise, engage the glutes, engage the core. Let's take a breath in. As we exhale, lower the knees and lower with control to the ground. Take the feet out nice and wide and then inhale, hug those elbows in as you lift the heart, the chest to cobra. Exhale, we'll tuck toes and arrive into downward facing dog. Take a breath in and take a breath out. Good. Again, a nice long breath in. Soften the knees, lengthen the spine, tailbone to the sky, and exhale. Start to gaze forwards, tiptoe to the top end of your mat, maybe hands to ground or shins or to a block, and we lift the heart, the chest. We exhale, fold over the thighs. Let's come up and roll up nice and slow as you stack the spine, bone by bone. Reach the hands to the sky, look up, and hands to your heart center. Let's just take one more together. Inhale, reaching to the sky. Exhale, taking that halfway fold, so slowly hinge at the hips and then bow to the ground. Inhale, you take your halfway lift, so lead from the heart, tailbone lengthening back. Exhale, stepping back if you can with the opposite foot, coming into your plank pose or lowering the knees if need be. Take a deep breath in and then option to lower knees, or if you're warm, you might want to go through a chaturanga where you hug those elbows in, hover. Inhale, upward dog or cobra as you lift your heart. And then exhale, we meet in our downward facing dog again. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Good. And then from here, we're going to just guide our heels over to our left side of the mat. So as the heels draw to the left, can you try and let your bottom sink a little bit towards the mat, just almost touching but not quite. And then inhale back to center. Hover the heels over to the right as your bottom draws towards the ground. And then inhale back to center. Good. Pedal out through the feet. Take a breath in and out. Okay, let's do that to the other side again. Left heels to the ground. Bottom to the ground. Now maybe as an extra option, can you sweep that right hand up over your head, windmill it round, and then back to center. Breathe in. And then exhale, drawing heels to the right. This time we sweep, if it feels okay to do so, that left hand up over the head and returning back to downward dog. Take a breath in and a breath out. Good. Stepping your feet to the top end of your mat, lifting the chest, and then exhale, fold over the thighs. This time we're going to take the hands into a prayer and then guide the prayer up to the sky, lifting up tall, look up, and then hands to your heart center. Take a nice deep breath in and out. Good. One more breath in and out. Good. We'll take the feet nice and wide slowly here. So feet as wide as your mat. Take the heels out, the toes out. Maybe wiggle out a little bit through the hips. And then on an inhale, reach the prayer to the sky. Lift up tall. As you exhale, imagine there's a wall behind you and you're just sliding your spine down that wall to arrive into a yogi squat. Now, if this squat doesn't feel good for you, you could simply come and sit down onto your buttocks, bring the feet out nice and wide to still get that hip stretch. If you're okay there in this squat, let's just draw the weight around the toes, the heels, just work into the hips a little bit. Good. Loosen out into those hips, breathing and breathing out. Good. One more breath in and one more breath out. Really nice. I'm going to take my hands forwards and actually round my back here. Take a deep breath and exhale. Good. Nice and slowly let the weight shift into your heels and then walk your hands behind you as you lower onto your bottom. Now carefully give your legs a good stretch out in front of you. And this is a lovely practice that I like to do that really feels invigorating and wakes you up in the morning. So we're going to do a little bit of tapping. We're going to tap, start from the feet perhaps. You can squeeze the feet to begin with. Get some colour into the feet and start tapping all the way through your body. You can tap around every part of the leg, calves, the shins, around the knees, into the inner thighs, outer thighs, to the lower part of the navel. So if you're pregnant, then just be mindful of this area. Be gentle, even into the glutes, our largest muscle groups, and then into the tummy, ribs, kidneys, stimulating these organs, into the chest. Feels invigorating. Maybe you can let go of those Tarzan sounds as well. And then into the upper chest, into the lymph node sites. So you've got your lymph node sites around the chest and the armpits. Really good to aid in the support of your immune system. Lovely. All the way through every part of your arm, into the other arm. You might even see a bit of colour sort of come to the surface as you get the blood flowing. Good. Into the armpit. And then tapping across the upper back, maybe lightly around the neck. And then around the back. Just every part of the body, everywhere you can reach. And then maybe a little bit of a little massage around the back of the neck. And hopefully that feels nice, invigorating. So taking your time to just lower down to the ground. Take a couple of rocks on your back nice and carefully. Give your back a nice little massage. Good. And then if you can, you're going to take the feet to the ground. We're going to hug the right knee to the chest. Maybe you feel a bit rounding into your back as you hug that knee in. Take a deep breath in. Good. And then as you exhale, you can start to extend the left leg away and start to twist across the body. Let that right knee come across the body. Now don't worry about it coming to the floor. Just try and ground your right shoulder down and extend that right arm away. It may be okay just letting it hover here, or you might want to place your block underneath the knee if need be for support. Or you can support it with your hand. Just take a couple of deep breaths to really feel that expansion into the ribs, into the chest. And settling your gaze to your right side. Breathe in, breathe out. Good. And when you're ready, nice and slowly coming back to center. We'll take both knees to chest, squeeze the knees in. Keeping now that left knee to chest, we take a deep breath in. Exhale, extend that right leg away. Inhale a breath. And then exhale, we'll start to now take our left leg across the body and coming into the twist on the other side. So again, try and just get that shoulder, the left shoulder settled, and extend that left arm away. Take a big breath, expand into the belly, the ribs, to the chest. And then settle your gaze over your left shoulder. Let your cheek rest a little bit deeper to the floor. Breathing in and breathing out. Good. Nice and slowly making your way back to center. Hug your knees in, squeeze your knees and rock on your back nice and slow. Give your back a nice massage. Maybe take the knees a little bit further away so you can get that massage into your lower back, your sacrum. And then we'll take the soles of the feet to the floor. Or if it's comfortable, extend the legs away fully as we take a few moments now to close our practice together. So just check in, notice how you're feeling, taking a deep breath in and open the mouth as you exhale. Good. Settle down now. Allow the weight of the body to be completely held by the surface, the ground beneath you. Letting go of all effort, no muscular effort involved, and just let the jaw soften, the lips soften. Allow your body to be held by the ground. And I invite you to stay now if you can, as long as you can, taking this well-deserved rest to set you up for the rest of the day. If you're short on time, then just nice and slowly become aware of your surroundings and all the sounds, sights, colours, smells and tastes. And gently stretch the arms up over your head, taking a big breath in and out. Good. Starting to draw the heels back, hugging those knees back in. Take a big hug, a well-deserving hug, breathing in and breathing out. Well done. Just quietly resting to one side, making your way nice and slowly back up to where we began in our seated cross-legged position. If you are still lying down, enjoy it and savor that time to really truly rest. For the rest of you sitting up with me now, thank you so much for joining me. Enjoy the rest of your day. For more practices, if you wish to practice with myself more, then do go and check out the Wellness Works online. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Namaste.